Welcome to the Forge, my wanton wildlings. I'm your creepsmith, and I hope you like my work.
New Year's Eve party. Traditions, adventures and revelry, and, well, you'll see. For tonight's Annus Novus abomination is Happy New Year by Num Num Yummy from Our No Sleep. I walked in the party at 11 p.m. Why do you have trash bags covering the windows? I asked our New Year's Eve party host Steven as I poured a glass of jungle juice. I took a sip, and it tasted like cheap alcohol mixed with dollar store juice cocktail, which is the norm for broke college kids. Steven laughed and shut off the main lights in the garage, which caused the room to go entirely black. The entire party got quiet before he turned on the Christmas lights he'd hung earlier, which gave the garage a low glow, just barely enough to see, but to make it feel like you weren't in a garage. I was just thankful I finally got invited to a party, especially after what had happened at the last one. Some people found it hard to trust me that I wouldn't ruin it again. Half of the people at this party barely wanted to talk to me, so I walked up to my best friend Gabby and stood beside her as she talked to her boyfriend. She sort of acknowledged me, but continued her conversation. I didn't want to talk to her anyway. I'd occasionally glance down at my phone just to look back up and find someone I didn't know staring at me like I was crazy. I took another sip of the jungle juice and pursed my lips at the taste. I knew I needed some liquid courage. It was nearing 11:30. I was on my third glass of jungle juice and barely anyone spoke to me. They knew I wasn't crazy, right? It was 11:32 when I went to grab a beer because now I knew the sugar in the juice would make me sick the next day. I finally mustered the courage to talk to a group of people that consisted of two extremely tall guys and a couple of girls in cute New Year's dresses. I complimented them on how cute they looked and started the usual small talk, like if they had any other plans tonight, where were they from. But someone must have told them about the last party because they sort of laughed off anything that I said. Judgmental jerks. Didn't want to talk to them anyway. I glanced at my phone once again. 11:45. We were getting close to the ball dropping. I walked back over to Gabby, who was still making eyes at her boyfriend. I realized Gabby hadn't talked to me for most of the night. I told her about the time and how we should probably get the champagne that I brought ready, but she blew me off and told me to do it myself. At this point, that was totally fine with me. It gave me something to do to forget that I was being ignored. No one wanted to talk to me. No one wanted anything to do with me. That was all true, until I started passing out glasses of champagne with my shaky hands and my sweaty palms. Funny thing is, everyone wants to be your friend when you're handing out alcohol. It was 11:59, the countdown to New Year. Everyone was saying stuff like, "New Year, new me." I smiled. We all put our glasses up and drank when the ball dropped. I put my glass to my lips, not allowing any champagne to enter my mouth, but it still made my lips tingly. I glanced at my phone a few minutes later. It was 12:05. I was the only one still alive in the dark, windowless garage. I stepped over the bodies that lay on the floor. That's what they get for thinking I was crazy. Oof, and all I ever had to worry about was a hangover. Stay scary, my wildlings. Remember not to carry it quite so far, and make the most of your nights.